What's up, fam? Hey, I want to thank y'all for tuning in once again. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. And when you subscribe, hit that notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be notified. So today I want to talk about our brother, Nick Cannon. Now, he's in the news today because on Father's Day, yesterday, he announced that he was having his 7th child. Now, as the story goes, it says Nick Cannon confirms 7th child with model Alyssa Scott 6 days after welcoming twins with ex Abby De La Rosa. It says Cannon and his girlfriend, radio personality Alyssa Scott, confirmed that she is pregnant with his 7th child on Father's Day. They posted an Instagram picture with her wearing like a blue dress and he's standing behind her kind of holding her belly, and the caption reads, "Celebrating you today." This is on her Instagram post. And it said it inadvertently confirmed the rumor. Now, as I stated before, last month, Alyssa De La Rosa gave birth to twins Zillan Air and Zion Mixolydian Cannon. Okay, so let me stop right there. Brother Nick, from what I've seen, from what you've shown over the years, you know, you're pro-black, and we'll get into that in a minute about the choice of baby mamas. But, you know, so pro-black, for the people, want to help the people, you know, want to get the word out to help the people, whatever, do things to help fight for the cause or what have you. But, bruh, some of these names that you've given your children, I think if it wasn't for you being worth the estimated $30 million, bro, I think these names would be looked at a little strange. But they looked at strange now because I know Twitter's like pretty much ate them up over this past month when they announced the names of the twins. But anyway, I mean, hey, to each his own. That's what you want to name your kids, that's fine. But I mean, I don't know what the meaning of the names are. Maybe they have some kind of meaning. I don't know if you're trying to be like Elon Musk, his kid with that strange name he tried to give them, his child, but I don't know. Anyway, back to the story. So the 7th child, which name is going to be Zen, they say will be the 4th child with 3 different women in 6 months. He also has twins by Mariah Carey, by the names of Moroccan and Monroe, and has twins by a young lady named Brittany Bell, and their names are Golden and Powerful Queen. Now again, I won't say too much about, I won't get too deep off into that, but bro, if you could just, hey, you did it for whatever reason. But when you're a public figure, you make public videos, you make money out in the public. I mean, doggone it, when you put your kids' names out in public, I think you should probably, you know, explain to everybody the reason for these names so we can all understand. I mean, there was a time where, you know, everybody had the Puma and the 7. I understand 7, you know, or what have you. You know, and she gave reasons for giving her children those names. Whether you agree with it or not, you know, it's none of your business, none of our business, but I'm just saying. Yeah. Okay, so with that being said, first, so you know, so you got people out here, you know, talking about this story. You know, I've already heard, you know, people calling Brother Cannon, you know, Dirty D Nick. I mean, y'all know what that means. Y'all know, y'all fill in the blanks. Because this cat is having babies, you know, back to back by different women, not by the same woman. But I mean, hell, well, I mean, the one thing is at least they twins, you know, so that kind of can cut his baby mamas in half, but anyway, that's another story. But we all got opinions about it, because even I myself am thinking like, hey man, this dude out here having all these kids like back to back to back by different women. I'm like, that's not a good look, brother. It's not a good look at all, because you got young men, probably even older men too, looking at you and looking up to you and saying that, thinking that what you're doing is okay, when none of us really know what the personal, the situation is. Because first question you have is, what do the mothers think? And I mean, like the 3 in the past 6 months. I'm not talking about Mariah Carey, because they was married, so she doesn't count in this story. She doesn't count in this story. Because once you break up, you move on. You really shouldn't worry about what nobody else is doing. As long as he's taking care of his children. So Mariah Carey ain't worried about him or what he do. We're not together no more. But for the recent mothers who's had, these 4 kids in 3 months or what have you, I wonder what they think. Now, some can speculate that they okay with it. They cool with it. They don't care. Maybe because, they know financially Nick Cannon has the money. Like I say, he's worth $30 million, so kids won't need for nothing now. Whether they'll be able to live his lifestyle is going to be the question, because I'm quite sure that he won't be raising them in his house. But for the average kid, they still going to be living pretty good. So it's like, so like I said, what do the mothers think? And think about it, you might say, well, they okay with it. Like I said, kids getting taken care of, whatever. But I'm gonna tell you like this, sir. Sex is a dangerous. I won't say game, but as beautiful as it is, it's also dangerous. Because what people don't understand is when you come together, and especially when you come together like naturally, and then when you produce kids, man, that creates, and especially in the female's mind, that creates some kind of bond. Now they can sit there and say, oh, I just want to, just have the kids, forget the baby daddy, don't care about the baby daddy, just have the kids. Okay, they tell you that on the surface, but man, raising kids are not easy. And that's coming from a dad's perspective, so I could imagine what it's like for a woman. Don't care if you got the money or not. You can have the money, everything taken care of, but you still have to deal with the day-to-day upbringing of this child pretty much by yourself. And at any time, you don't know, the money could change. It can go away. Anything can happen. And your lifestyle, your kids' lifestyles can change at the blink of an eye. Now, this can happen too with a married couple, and they divorce or separate, or a father or a mother, one of the parents dies or something. And it can change, it can change too, but we're talking about starting out. I'm gonna say starting out on the wrong foot, because it is. Because, like I said, I try to tell my kids and anybody else that's listening, hey, don't have kids until you're married. That's the best thing. I don't care if it's a polygamous marriage, that's fine, but that's what you want to do. But don't have children until you are married, until you are settled in as a person and understand yourself. Then you can go out and have kids. Because like I say, raising kids is hard, player. But, so like I say, yeah, you start off on the wrong foot in that aspect of having a man in the house to raise the kids. But like I said, she can say that, they make it say that they don't care. But then you look at this situation and you read between the lines and you see the Instagram post. One is put on Father's, one is posted on Father's Day. She ain't had the baby yet. Feel me? And then she, and she in the caption saying, celebrating you. To me, that is like, I don't want to say it's a shot or a dig at the previous mother, but some kind of way she's putting it out there like, yeah, I got a baby bomb too. I want this put out there. He putting everybody, all this other information out there, everybody, all the other kids out there and the baby mamas out there, you know, posting. I want this same kind of attention. And you're going to give it to them. As a matter of fact, we're going to post this on Father's Day. When your other 6, you already got 6 kids, but we finna have another. So I think there was something behind that on her end. Nick Cannon, I don't know, man. I don't know what that guy's thinking. But anyway, on her end, I think that was she was motivated to do that on that day for some reason. I don't know. Now, then another thing is, the question is like, you know, what's the difference between Nick Cannon and Future? Again, both of them got a lot of kids, but more than 1, 2, 3 baby mamas. And it's like, they do it like nonchalantly. Now, in Future's case, some of his baby mamas, you know, not out there in that world, like in that spotlight like that. So, you know, but they, you know, some of them are trying to be, you know, Instagram model, trying to be famous or whatever, or famous or what have you. So, I mean, I don't know, but either way, you know, with Future, the mother, some of the mothers of his kids are out there saying that, you know, he ain't taking care of me, he's deadbeat. The boy got a, you know, saying got a son, I think, and he in jail, I think, for attempted murder or something like that within the last couple of years. I mean, he's not there, and that's a prime example of you having all these kids thinking that you're doing something, and you're not in their life enough. Now, I don't know if Future had money back when he had that first boy or whatever, but you're not in that life enough. And I know kids feel some type of way when they're not, you know, included in a lot of things, and they feel left out. And they might act like it's cool and everything's cool, but man, kids have feelings too. You know, and then sometimes they can feel negatively toward the father. And it could be because some things the mother said. That happens all the time, so I won't negate that. But yeah, like I say, he's like a prime example of why you got to be in the kid's life more than financially. So I'm hoping, you know, Nick Cannon is in the kids' lives more than financially, because, you know, problems can arise like that. But then, you know, another question is, can he afford it? Yeah, he can afford them. I mean, right now he can. Like I say, he's worth about 30 mil. But again, who knows what'll happen tomorrow? I mean, because just like last year, he had to sit there and had a whole thing with the powers that be in the entertainment business. When he had on Professor Griff on his podcast, and Nick Cannon didn't even say anything. It's more what Professor Griff said, and shoot, they tried to shut Nick Cannon down, and they did. But he tried to be the forefront of a movement, but brother, you wasn't ready for it. He wasn't ready for it, because they came after him and they shut this man down to where he went on one of those apology tours, which, when you look back on it, this could be the reason why. Because this cat can't afford to stop working. This cat is having more kids. There's no telling what Mariah's getting for the babies they got. And so he got 5 more. Dude, I mean, kids are expensive no matter what. And the way these lawyers in Hollywood and everything goes, man, they're gonna get everything from you. Especially from you, young brother. So, like I said, it could be the reason why he did all the apology tours, because that cat, like I said, he probably needed the money. Because you never know when that money stops. Once the government get involved, the government said you got to keep going. You better figure it out. You had a potential to make so much money. I'm gonna need you to keep making that money, unless you can prove to me otherwise why you can't. And then, last but not least, I want to get back to the pro-blackness of brother Nick Cannon. Looking on his Instagram page, I'm trying to figure out, what ethnicity is this young lady? Cause now, you want to date, have babies, you know, to each his own. To each his own. But as a brother, as an Aboriginal, when you have money and you know how hard it is to get money into the black community and keep it The one thing you need to do, the best thing to do, is to have Aboriginal babies. And I say this for not for, you know what, I will say it for racial reasons, because like Brother Marcus Garvey said, the problem ain't that white people are racist. The problem is that we are not racist enough, because every other nationality put their race first, but we don't. For some strange reason, we don't. So so the thing is, like I say, you need to have a thought process of let's keep the money with our people as much as possible. Because here's the thing: if you have a son, it seems like it might be what it is. Well, I don't know what Zen is, but if you have a son and he's raised by his mom, and his mom is black, white, Hispanic, whatever, for the most part, his thought process will be geared toward dating someone or marrying someone that looks like his mother. So if you have a baby by another ethnicity, baby come out mixed, okay? Who knows? Light skin mixed with what have you. Then he goes and marries, an Anglo woman. Now the baby doesn't turn, now that baby's gonna be most likely looking pretty much like an Anglo woman. And then as time goes on, because you've seen the pictures of huge, like in the history, they show these first black person that did this, and black person, professors are on this company, was a millionaire, this and the third. A lot of them people got that kind of education. The majority of them people, you look at them pictures, that's what you would call Negroes that could pass. Because you look at the picture like, man, that dude don't look black. Well, that sister don't look black. What? You know what I'm saying? But they down the line somewhere, whether it was the parents or the grandparents, someone there was Aboriginal, and so now it showed. But if they put the makeup on right, dress a certain way, do their hair a certain way, they could pass. And that's what a lot of them look like. And so that's what they end up, and that still can go on today. So it's like, eventually, like I said, the money is going out of the community and going back into the hands of those that keep it from us. And these are the things you have to think about. You have to think about generational. Like I said, I'm not trying to sound like racist or prejudice or whatever the case may be, but I'm trying to say, look, this is what everybody else does. And so you have to think on the lines of generations and grandkids and great grandkids 100 years from now. How do you want your people taken care of? You can't take care of everybody, but you can take care of your people. And if everybody take care of their people, our people will be fine. But hey, that's pretty much all I have to say. I can sit here and ramble on forever. But yeah, Nick Cannon, a lot of babies, gonna be a big story. I don't know what you think. I mean, do you care? Do you not care about him having so many babies, such a short amount of time? I mean, I don't know if this cat is trying to be a modern day Jacob or not. Like Jacob in the Bible, he can try to bring that up. And Jacob had like 12 sons by 4 different women, but I'm quite sure he was married to them, or somehow, legally or spiritually, that it was done correct, because the man had 12 tribes. So there was no curse brought on them tribes, at the time. So my thing is, you can't really compare. Hopefully you're not trying to do that, because you can't really compare his situation to back then, because no matter how much you read the Bible, you really don't know what went on back then and how things were. Because they talk about having multiple wives, concubines, mistresses, 100 wives. You got 100 wives and 100 concubines. Like, man, who need that many women and why? Gotta be a reason. Either you had, gotta be a way you gotta explain that financially, spiritually, or that's just a flat out lie. Period. Because it don't make sense. But that's another story for another day. Hey, I'm out of here, guys. Like I say, thank y'all for tuning in. Again, like, share, comment, subscribe. Click that notification bell so every time I drop a video, you'll be the first one to get it. And until next time,